Well, good afternoon. I'm super excited to have my first alumni couple interview with the two of you. So I'm going to start by asking you to introduce yourselves. Tell me a little bit about like your jobs right now, where you live, kind of some basic information about you both.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm Jen, and this is this is my spouse who's going to introduce himself. I'm Jen Castañeda, and we currently live in Bedford, Texas. And at this time, I'm working for the Bedford Police Department in the Community Service Department, doing the school crossing guard program. So I'm in charge of scheduling the school crossing guards and making sure the safety of the kids and the guards are
important.
Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome. Thank you.
So,
and you?
My name is Fernando Castañeda, and obviously we're in Bedford with Jen. And I am currently working for Caterpillar in the oil and gas division.
Okay.
And I am the quality manager of that division.
All right, quality manager. That sounds important. So you are the last stop to make sure before things go out that they're done correctly?
Yes, and when they go wrong, then it's my fault.
Oh no, that's a lot of pressure. What majors did each of you guys have at MSU?
A criminal justice and sociology double major.
That works with safety crossing stuff.
It does. It took me a long time to get there. I guess we've been graduated for a long time. Let's not go there. But it's taking all those years to get exactly where I was supposed to be to get here today.
All right.
Oh.
Fernando, what was your major?
Yeah. So my major is manufacturing engineering technology. And I also have a couple of minors in business administration, statistics, mathematics, and I think that's it.
Wow. And I believe you have little ones that aren't so little any longer. Tell me about your family.
Well, we have 3 kids. Max is our oldest. He is 14 and a half now. And we have Nico, he is 12 years old. And then our youngest, Belle, is now 10 years old.
Oh my goodness. What were your first impressions of the CCC when you came many years ago?
I'm going to let you go first on that one, because I'm curious what you have to say.
So, this is totally honest. The only reason I came to CCC was to follow her.
Okay. So you had met her on campus and.
Yes. So they said, like, we're going to CCC for mass, and it's okay. Well, let's follow. So, but yeah, so, like I said, originally it was just to follow her, and I don't know, just kind of really became like a go-to place for many other things. And obviously, like I said, the first impression, I remember going to the map that you had on the wall with the little pins. So that was kind of like the first thing I remember looking into that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
For me, it was so warm and welcoming. It just felt like home, because I knew going to Midwestern that I was going to seek out an organization or a church to continue growing in my faith. And so when I found out the CCC was there, which I found out very quickly, went there right away, and I now have friends for life.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, thanks.
What
What do you think has stood out to you most about the CCC, or what then stood out to you the most?
Yes, friends that we made, community, just kind of a place where you can, well, not hide, but like feel that you can be yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just feel comfortable It's a good place to be.
I have to agree. I loved that we could be our goofy selves and just have a great time, relax. It was my very favorite place because of that. And I also really love the diversity coming from a small community. I just love cultures. And I think one of the reasons why I love culture so much is from going to the CCC and seeing all of the different countries represented and just how friendly everybody is. It made a big impact on me.
Thank you. I think back when you guys were students, predominantly on Sundays, the Caribbean students would lead the music for Mass.
Yes, ma'am. They sure did.
Yes.
It was wonderful.
I love that so much. Yes. Can you describe maybe the most memorable experience that you had while you were at the CCC?
Oh, I don't have to take the same.
I have a lot, so
Yeah, actually, I have also a lot. The most significant, I guess, to me was being able to bring the gifts.
Oh,
That is something I remember doing quite often, kind of looking forward to it. I'm not sure why. I mean, it was just like 10 steps.
yeah. I don't think I ever knew that you liked that so much. That's great.
Yeah, like I was curious, like I wonder if I'll do that again. And there was just a chance. So I really enjoy that. I remember you also playing the piano. So,
Yeah, thanks.
playing the tune in my head.
I played the piano for y'all's wedding. Oh my goodness.
Yes, you did. You did fabulous.
Gosh, that's crazy. That was the last time I played for a wedding.
Yes.
Dan, what's your memorable experience?
Well, I had a lot. My very, very favorite thing we did was our community outreach and doing the ARC dances.
Yes.
It just was so amazing. We would go and these beautiful souls, just I'm goofy, he's goofy, so we're able to be goofy, but just to be able to do that with others and with do you still have the art?
The ARC is still in Wichita Falls, yes.
Okay. So just to be able to dance with them and to talk with them, it was just, as you can see, I don't really have words because it was just so fun.
Yeah.
Just very fulfilling, very filling. But also I remember when we were in charge of doing the community service talk, Fernando and I did a community service talk at a confirmation retreat. And I think the theme was a Switchfoot song, Dare You to Move.
Yep, I remember that.
And that I really, really loved doing that. That presentation was my favorite one I've ever
That's
done.
Amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
And we still get to do youth retreats. They're not, obviously with COVID and other things, they're not the same at the moment, but we don't do confirmation right now. We're doing just a youth retreat for high school freshmen and sophomores, but I think that's been something that's been a favorite for years and years and years of students to be able to be giving of yourselves to these youth, but how much you get back in return, I think. So I fight for those retreats to never stop because I think they are so important and integral. They're
important for everybody.
Yeah, they're great. We're doing one in April. Again, it's just a 1 day, 8 in the morning till 10 at night. But I think we have 83 youth signed up. So
that's fantastic.
Yes. I'm 25 on my team of CCCers. So it'll be good. Yeah.
The big team.
It's all thanks to Father Hua starting that whole thing.
Oh yeah. He did our marriage prep and we see him sometimes over at my brother's church, Holy Family.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
We've seen him.
That's great. Oh yeah. He's so much a part of the CCC history. Yeah. How would you say your experiences at the CCC have helped you since graduation?
Well, I mean, like I said before, I have lifelong friends from the CCC. And I continued to grow in my faith while I was in college because of the CCC, which helped me just from my youth to my teens to my college years, and then meeting him, and a priest from the CCC did our marriage prep.
Yes.
I mean, it was just made the transition so smooth into our adult life and living a God-centered life with each other and our family. So
Yeah, for me, it's a little different.
Okay.
So let me try to explain this. So I grew up obviously Catholic, and I went all my life to Catholic school.
Mm-hmm.
I was basically follow the law.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But before I came to MSU, I kind of followed the wagon per se. I mean, I was just kind of, I was a bad person, but I lost interest
Mm-hmm.
per se. And then just going to the CCC was more like it was a completely different picture what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
Like completely different. So it was very refreshing. It was like I said, it was a place where you can just be yourself. So I really enjoy that, and actually learn to enjoy church and just my relationship with everybody and with God, and it's just uh, a life changing experience for me.
What advice would you give to a current CCC member, academic, spiritual, whatever? What advice would you give? You wish someone had told you when you were in college?
I think for me, it would be to just do the very best that you can do. And that's all you can do. Do the best you can do and give the rest to God. Don't stress out if your very best wasn't the grade you were hoping for. Just know that you've tried your best and let that be enough.
That's very good. Thank you.
For me, it's more like enjoy the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because it will end. So just trying to enjoy it as much as you can.
Yeah. I think college is a lot like parenthood. They say that the days can be slow and the years go by fast.
Yes.
And I think that's very true of parenthood, but it's also true of college, because sometimes when you're like studying and have all these exams and papers and things, it seems like things are slow, but then all of a sudden you've graduated and everything went by fast. So weird and interesting that way.
Yes.
So since you are my first married couple to interview, and this, you didn't probably know what I was going to ask, but tell me something that you love about marriage.
For me, it's having my best friend and teammate to walk through this difficult life with, and knowing that we both have worked really hard to keep God at the center of our lives. It's very comforting to know that I always have my teammate. And when times are great, we get to rejoice together. And when times are hard, we can cry together or work it out together. I can't imagine not having this dude next to me. I don't make it easy for him either. And he doesn't close cabinet doors.
Yeah.
You leave them open?
He just leaves them open.
Fernando.
For me, it's more the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we've been obviously we're not perfect, but we learn with the time that
Mhm.
need to make adjustments
Mhm.
and really try to, mm, you know, always learn, always keep learning,
Mhm.
you know, and always trying to get to a point where, you know, you can always trust in God and see what what's in front of you. You know, there's it's always the tools to do the work.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you know, I feel as we get older, we keep God in the center. Like Jen says, it's not easy, but you know, if you're willing, then things will work out.
Yeah. And keeping God in the center is a good witness to your kids, because raising kids is not easy either. And having
No, it's
raising
not.
them, raising them in the church to love God is not easy. So yeah,
Mhm.
if it starts
Yeah,
there with you
for
guys.
the
Hmm?
for the kids, just how I remember looking at a quote here. I read not long ago, but it says there's 0.04% that your kids will become a professional athlete.
Mm-hmm.
There's 100% chance that they're going to face Jesus.
Wow.
So you better bring them to church.
Wow. Yeah. How many years of marriage are you celebrating?
16 and a half.
16 and a half.
16 and a half.
That's a
So
big accomplishment.
I think I've been with Fernando as many years as without him
Wow.
now. So it's just crazy to think. That's why I have a hard time. I mean, I remember life without him in
Mhm.
it, but it's definitely through our journey together, ups and downs. It's just it's been a blessing, and I wouldn't trade it.
And you shared a beautiful message with me, Jen, that I would love for you to maybe say on this video about sponsoring a child, that you guys decided to do that together.
Yes.
Say that story.
Okay. So when Fernando and I were dating, and I'm not exactly sure why he agreed to do it, probably a Holy Spirit moment. But when it used to be called CFCA,
Mhm.
they came in, it's now called Unbound. They came and brought pictures of children who needed to be sponsored to go to school. And I really wanted to do it. So I was looking through and I found a little girl. I think she might have been one and a half at the time. And he told me, well, why don't we sponsor her together? We'll take turns. I'll pay a month and you pay a month. So we decided to do that. And she graduated just last month, I believe,
So exciting.
from school. And so she was our first child.
Yeah.
And we got her through school. I think she's 19 years old now. And she's been with us since we've been together.
That's so awesome. I love that story. What country is she in?
She's Mexico. She's in Chiapas,
Okay.
Mexico,
Yep.
which crazy enough, his brother had moved to that state a few years ago. So when we went to his wedding, we got to go to Chiapas and Guatemala, where her and her family live. We didn't get to meet her or anything, but we were able to. She has family in northern Guatemala, and so we saw the circumstances in which she lives in
Wow.
when we went, which was really cool.
That's remarkable. Yeah.
Yes, it was awesome.
Very cool. Okay, well, I'm going to stop the formal recording portion of this, and I'm really grateful to you, but don't hang up.
Okay.